Hello everyone, welcome back to Digital Lesson for Students by Department of School Education, Nagaland. I am T. Pungudi, MSc MPhil Mathematics, your math tutor from C.D. King Higher Secondary School, Jotsama, Kohima. In this session, we are going to learn how to differentiate parametric functions. First, let us learn what are parametric functions. If x and y, so far we have learned y in terms of f(x), right? So we have seen the functions like this. Now we are going to have a different function like x is expressed in terms of t and y is also expressed in terms of t. There is another variable, third variable. Apart from this x and y, we have one more variable, that is t. Okay, this third variable is called parameter. Okay, parameter. If an equation has a parameter, then we call that equations as parametric equations. So this is parametric equations. All right, it is expressed in the third variable. Now we are going to learn how to differentiate these parametric equations. Okay, let me differentiate this with respect to x. Okay, differentiate with respect to x. So we get here 1 equal to f dash of t. We are differentiating with respect to t, x, therefore this t variable also we have to differentiate with respect to x, right? So in this case we get, let me write only dt by dx equal to 1 by f dash of t. Okay, and let's differentiate this one with respect to x. So we get dy by dx equal to g dash of t, right, into dt by dx. Okay, now we get this value from here, dt by dx, that is 1 by f dash of t. So it will g dash of t into 1 by f dash of t. Okay, so this can be written as g dash of t by f dash of t. Otherwise, g dash of t, when we differentiate x, y with respect to x, t, right? So dy by dt by, and this will be dx by dt. So when we get g dash of t, when we differentiate y with respect to t, that's why dy by dt, and here dx by f dash of t will be got by differentiating x with respect to t, therefore dx by dt. If we can remember only this part, that will do. Dy by dx equal to dy by dt by dx by dt. Here I am taking t as the third variable. Sometimes it might be theta or phi, whatever it is. So accordingly we can change this variable. So dy by dx, we have to get it by differentiating y with respect to the third variable divided by differentiating x with respect to the third variable. Please remember this one. This will do. I'll give you one example for this. X equal to 80 square, y is equal to 280. You see here, x is expressed in terms of t and y is expressed in terms of t. Now this is t is called the parameter. Okay. Let's see some exercise problems. Okay. Now let's move on to the exercise problems. The first one is x equal to 280 square and y is equal to 80 to the power 4. Okay. So we have to differentiate with respect to x. So we should get dy by dx. But the question is find dy by dx. So let us differentiate this with respect to t. So we get dx by dt. It is equal to 2 and a are constants. Okay, 2 and a are constants. So only we have to differentiate t square. You just think like how we differentiate x square. X square differentiation is 2x. Therefore, t square differentiation will be, the derivative of t square will be 2t. So 2a into 2t. So this will be 480. All right, and dy by dt. This is 480 and this is dy by dt. If you differentiate y with respect to t, a is a constant, so it remains the same. It is in multiplication, so it never becomes 0. And t to the power 4, I already told you, you write the power in front of it and reduce the power by 1. So it will be t to the power 4, derivative is 4t cube. All right. So how do you get dy by dx? Dy by dx by dy by dt divided by dx by dt, right? So dy by dt is 4at cube by, here it is 4at. So if we cancel this, we get t square. Okay, this is the required answer. t square is the answer. Okay, there is one more problem here, that is x equal to a times theta minus sine theta and y is equal to a times 1 plus cos theta. Here the parameter is theta. So we differentiate x with respect to theta and y with respect to theta, and we finally find out dy by dx. Alright, so differentiate with respect to theta, we get, so dx by d theta will be equal to a is a constant, so it remains the same. It is in multiplication, so it will be the same. And theta, if you differentiate with respect to theta, you get 1 minus sine theta differentiation is cos theta. Then dy by d theta will be equal to a times 1 plus cos theta. We have to differentiate with respect to theta. Then 1 differentiation is 0, it's a constant, it is an addition, right? Therefore, this constant will become 0, and differentiation of cos theta is minus sine theta. Okay, so let us find out dy by dx now. Dy by dx is equal to dy by d theta whole divided by dx by d theta. Alright, so dy by d theta is minus a sine theta divided by, here, a times 1 minus cos theta. So a gets cancelled. If you stop this, till this you will not get the full mark, because this is not your book answer. We have to simplify further. So minus, we studied in class 11 the identity sine 2 theta is equal to 2 sine theta cos theta, right? And also 1 minus cos 2 theta is equal to 2 sine square theta. Right? If you remember these two identities, now we are going to apply this here. In place of 2 theta, we have theta, that is half angle formula. So theta becomes, 2 theta becomes theta, therefore this theta becomes half of it, theta by 2. Therefore it becomes 2 sine theta by 2 cos theta by 2 whole divided by 1 minus cos theta. Here also we reduce it by half, right? So 2 sine square theta by 2. So this 2 gets cancelled, and once if you cut it, then cos theta by 2 by sine theta by 2 is cot theta by 2. So minus cot theta by 2. This is the required answer. Okay, the next question is, if x is equal to root over a to the power sine inverse of t and y is equal to root over a to the power cos inverse of t, then show that dy by dx equal to minus y by x. So let us first differentiate x with respect to the parameter t and y with respect to the parameter t. Then we find out dy by dx, and we will try to bring out this RHS. Okay, so differentiate with respect to t. We get dx by dt will be equal to, before I differentiate, let me write this one as a to the power sine inverse of t whole to the power half, right? Whole to the power half. And again, it's like the exponential function, a to the power b whole to the power c can be written as a to the power bc, isn't it? We can multiply the power upon power. So let me write this one as a to the power half sine inverse of t. Okay, it will be easy for us to differentiate. Okay, so we can multiply this power, both the powers, right? So half into sine inverse of t. Now if you differentiate, I already told you the derivative of a to the power x. So that is a to the power x log a. Okay, here whatever it is in the power, it should be considered as x. Okay, and here a to the power half sine inverse of t into log a into, this is the derivative of a power x, right? And we have to differentiate the power 1 by 2 sine inverse of t, isn't it? So if you differentiate this 1 by 2 into, the derivative of sine inverse of t is 1 by root over 1 minus t square. So if you write this one, a to the power half sine inverse of t log a divided by 2 root over 1 minus t square. Alright, okay. Next we will differentiate y. Y also we can write this one as a to the power half cos inverse of t. Okay, so we'll differentiate this one with respect to t. Differentiate with respect to t, that is y. We get dy by dt is equal to, same formula we apply like this. So derivative of a to the power x is a to the power x log a into, then we differentiate the power. The power is 1 by 2. Then derivative of cos inverse of t is minus 1 by root over 1 minus t square. Okay, so let's write it, arrange the terms. Half cos inverse of t log a divided by 2 times minus is there 1 by t square. Okay, so now we will find out dy by dx. So dy by dx is equal to dy by dt whole divided by dx by dt, right? So what is dy by dt? Minus a to the power half cos inverse of t into log a, right, whole divided by 2 times root over 1 minus t square. Okay, this is dy by dt, and dx by dt is a to the power half sine inverse of t log a divided by 2 root over 1 minus t square. So these two gets cancelled, right? Then we get, and again this log a also gets cancelled. Okay, so here I am going to write this half as the root. So let me write this one as minus root over a to the power cos inverse of t, because it was like this only. So we have rewritten as a to the power half cos inverse of t. Now I have rewritten this one, and here it is root over a to the power sine inverse of t. So this is equal to y, or y, isn't it? Therefore minus y by, and this is equal to x. So y by x. So this is dy by dx equal to y by x, hence proved. From here you can start. Okay, so x equal to a times cos t plus log tan t by 2, and then y equal to a sin t, tan t by 2, y equal to a sin t. So we differentiate with respect to t. With respect to t, we get dx by dt is a times differentiation of cos is minus sin t plus log tan t is 1 by tan t by 2 into differentiation of tan is secant square t by 2 into differentiation of t by 2 is 1 by 2. Here we are doing the chain rule. First we differentiate the log and then go to tan, then t by 2. Okay, and here a times minus sin t plus, this is sin by cos, so we can write the cos in the numerator, cos t by 2 by sin t by 2 into 1 by cos square t by 2 into 1 by 2. Okay, and this gets cancelled. So here a times minus sin t plus 1 by, if I write this together, 2 sin t by 2 cos t by 2. So this is on formula which we studied in class 11, that is equal to sin t, right? So a times minus sin t plus 1 by sin t. Okay, if you take LCM, we get a times minus sin square t plus 1 by sin t, isn't it? Okay, so 1 minus sin square t is equal to cos square t. So a times cos square t by sin t. So let us keep like this. Then find dy by dt. If you differentiate this dy by dt, you get a cos t, isn't it? Then dy by dx is dy by dt whole divided by dx by dt. So dy by dt is a cos theta, a cos t, and dx by dt is a cos square t by sin t. So this a gets cancelled. One cos will get cancelled. Then sin, if it goes to the numerator, sin by cos, that is tan t. So this is our required answer. So in this session, we have learned how to differentiate parametric equations. In the next session, we are going to see higher order derivatives. Thank you.